Hello Fazfans, it's Xantorm. Let's get this party started. In this video, my objective is to thoroughly dissect the storyline of Jeremy Fitzgerald, which primarily commences in FNAF 2. To begin our discussion, let us scrutinize all available information pertaining to Jeremy Fitzgerald. In the second installment of the FNAF game franchise, players assumed the role of Jeremy Fitzgerald, a security guard who works 6 consecutive night shifts. Eventually, he was reassigned to the day shift for a final birthday event. The section titled Switching to Day Shift in the Survival Logbook contains text that appears to have been written by Jeremy, with the quote, "I'd only been working on the night shift for about a week, but I was so relieved to be switched over the day shift." Jeremy expresses his satisfaction of the shift change. This suggests that Jeremy's contentment stemmed from the alleviation of the stress associated with surviving the nights and avoiding potential harm from the animatronics. The statement, "My boss told me that the animatronics were acting strangely, almost aggressive toward the staff, but I wasn't about to let that scare me off," refers to the phone guy's voicemail message, in which he also mentions the animatronics' aggression toward employees.
But the characters have been acting very unusual, almost aggressive toward the staff.
Lastly, the statement, "After work I had an unsettling feeling that I was being followed home," raises intrigue about Jeremy's situation. After his completion of the 6th night, he found himself potentially being pursued by an unidentified individual. However, without any concrete clues, it remains uncertain whether this feeling was rooted in genuine events or simply a manifestation of paranoia. Jeremy Fitzgerald is not Michael Afton. Let me explain. Firstly, there are clear differences between the two characters. Jeremy is not fired from his position, but rather switched to day shift, whereas Fritz Smith, aka Michael, was terminated for tampering with the animatronics and odor, a fate that befalls Michael in FNAF 1. These differences suggest that the two individuals are not one and the same. Let's dive into the topic of the infamous Bite of 87 and explore the theory that Jeremy Fitzgerald was its unfortunate victim.
Was that the Bite of 87?
On his last night shift, the phone guy instructed him to keep a watchful eye on the animatronics and prevent them from causing any harm. During his subsequent day shift, it's possible that Jeremy got too close to the Mangle, the only toy animatronic capable of carrying out the bite, and suffered a severe frontal lobe injury. It's worth noting that Jeremy survived the incident, as evidenced by phone guy's remark in FNAF 1.
It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe.
However, there is one significant problem with this theory. If Jeremy truly lost his frontal lobe to the Bite of 87, it raises questions about how he could remember specific details, such as phone guy's quote about the animatronics being aggressive. Additionally, it would be challenging for him to write a paragraph with such good grammar detailing the events leading up to his shift change, as the frontal lobe is responsible for language processing and memory consolidation. Moving on to the next topic, let's discuss FNAF Help Wanted. This game includes 16 tapes that could be found in various levels, which tells the story of a beta tester named Jeremy. Tape Girl narrates these tapes. Before we get into this next topic, I want to make it clear that I firmly believe that Jeremy Fitzgerald and Help Wanted Jeremy are the same exact person. Oh boy, I have so much explaining to do, but before we proceed, I kindly ask that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to stay updated on my latest FNAF content. Let's get into it. To begin, I would like to present my theory that Jeremy Fitzgerald and Tester Jeremy are one and the same. There are several similarities between these two characters that support this idea. For instance, both Jeremys underwent significant job changes in their respective roles. Jeremy Fitzgerald was transferred to day shift in FNAF 2, while Tester Jeremy transitioned from working in the design department to becoming a beta tester. Furthermore, both characters faced life-threatening situations that require them to take drastic measures to survive. Jeremy Fitzgerald had to use a Freddy head to evade the animatronics in FNAF 2, while Tester Jeremy resorted to cutting his own face off to escape the glitch trap virus. Both Jeremys seem to have head problems. Moreover, adding to the list of connections between the two characters, both of them share the same first name, Jeremy, and interestingly, Scott Cawthon chose not to disclose Tester Jeremy's last name. With all of these coincidences, it seems highly improbable that these two characters are separate individuals. Therefore, I am inclined to believe that they are, in fact, the same exact person. person. However, my argument doesn't end here, as I have further evidence to support my theory. As previously mentioned, Jeremy Fitzgerald had to utilize a Freddy head to evade the toy animatronics. Interestingly, in Help Wanted's hard mode, whenever you die, the Game Over screen displays a copy of the Freddy Game Over screen from FNAF 1, with the text "Remember Jeremy" prominently displayed. The use of this specific image raises questions as to why it was chosen over any other character or image. Fitzgerald uses a Freddy mask to avoid death. I have been struggling to find further evidence to support my theory, but recently, I stumbled upon something significant while playing Monty's Gator Golf. On the 8th hole, there are multiple references to a birthday party with the word party spelled out near the number 55. Interestingly, the only animatronic that appears out of the void is Balloon Boy, a character from FNAF 2. It's worth noting that Jeremy Fitzgerald was on day shift during the birthday party that Phone Guy had mentioned. It's possible that Jeremy was 18 years old during the events of FNAF 2, and 37 years later, in 2024, the same exact year Help Wanted takes place, he would be 55 years old, which could explain the presence of the number 55 in the game. This discovery further strengthens my theory that Jeremy Fitzgerald and Tester Jeremy are one and the same person. Alright, now I could briefly summarize the events that led to Tester Jeremy, or should I say Jeremy Fitzgerald, to his death in Help Wanted. After encountering Glitch Trap, Jeremy experiences nightmares that leave him feeling numb. Tape Girl describes his state as followed.
Jeremy complained of nightmares when he came in this morning. He wasn't talking about it like someone telling a friend about his dreams, though. Looked like he had even days.
As the situation continued to escalate, a tragic event occurred. Jeremy resorted to cutting his own face off in an attempt to escape the Glitch Trap virus. Tape Girl, could you please share us the details of what you witnessed during this ordeal?
I couldn't see his face. He had the visor covering his head. He turned his head in my direction, but I don't think he knew I was there.
Let's briefly discuss age. Why would a 55-year-old Jeremy be working as a beta tester for a VR game? While age may not be a significant factor in the FNAF timeline, it's worth noting that a 55-year-old man beta testing a VR game is more plausible than some of the franchise's other bizarre elements, such as robots that can eat and drink, or a breathing blob thing with immense agony. However, whether anything in FNAF's new writing style makes sense is debatable. Before we move on to the narrative, I wanted to share this Jeremy theory I crafted a year ago. Please keep in mind that this theory is just an idea with a lot of evidence, and I don't claim to be correct. Alright kids, it is story time. Jeremy Fitzgerald began working as a security guard at the newly opened Freddy Fazbear's Pizza in 1987. After completing 6 nights, he was unexpectedly moved to day shift. One night, while walking home after work, Jeremy felt as if someone was following him, but it turned out to be his paranoia. Years later, Jeremy landed a job as a design worker at Silver Parasol Games. The company started collaborating unexpectedly with Fazbear Entertainment on a new VR game called Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. During the game's development, an unknown individual scanned circuit boards into the game, which resulted in a digital copy of William Afton, known as Glitch Trap, being unleashed. Jeremy started exhibiting strange behavior, such as standing in specific areas alone, rocking back and forth, talking to himself, and having nightmares every night. He complained to his manager Dale about the nightmares, but received no sympathy. Eventually, Jeremy resorted to cutting his own face off using a guillotine paper slicer in an attempt to escape the Glitch Trap virus. This marked the end of Jeremy Fitzgerald. Thank you all for the support and constructive feedback on my videos about Michael. I'm thrilled to announce that I'm approaching 1,000 subscribers. Once I reach this milestone, I'll reveal my face and host a talk stream to celebrate. Once again, shout out to Seriously Unserious for providing feedback on my script. Your support means everything to me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Let's keep the party going, and remember to stay safe and stay fastastic.